everybody, my name is Kim and welcome back to Bookmarks and Breadsticks. Hi, welcome back to Bookmarks and Breadsticks. I hope you are all well. It is December 29th, so I thought it was as good of a time as any to do my December wrap-up. Some of these books are gifts from publishers, some are from family gifts over the holidays, and some are for myself, you know, a little extra purchase. Also, major props to my husband for picking up cheese earrings for me as a Christmas gift. If you're new to my channel, I focus on food book content, primarily in the nonfiction space, focusing on food writing. Remember that food books are not cookbooks. Food books tend to be in the space of memoirs, food history, world travel, and it does tend to dabble into environmentalism, animal history, and so on. Okay, let's get into this December book haul. First up is Ice Cream by Helen Dunmore. This is a series of, sorry, it's a little hard with the glare, but this is a group of short stories all focused around ice cream. It's a very cute, stylish collection. First up is a group of anthologies I got as a gift called Ice Cream by Helen Dunmore. This is Helen Dunmore's astonishing new collection of stories, the first by the award-winning author of The Siege and the Spell Winter, to be published in the United States. World-class storyteller Helen Dunmore explores friendship, regret, and mysterious passions in stories crafted with subtlety, humor, and surprising tenderness. So I don't quite know if it's all going to be about ice cream. She has written 7 other books, but hey, diversified reading, right? The second book I got as a gift is actually a middle grade fiction book, which this cover is beautiful. This is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I had it on my fiction wish list on bookshop.org, and I can't even tell you why I had it here, but now I have it, and it should be really fun to read and a nice change of pace. I'm diversifying. I'm pretty excited for myself. The next 2 are gifts / things I bought for myself. These are 2 books of poems by the world famous Persian poet Hafiz. I bought these to help celebrate Yalda, which is the winter solstice for the Middle East. I will talk about them in an upcoming book review of All American Muslim Girl, but I got these and I'm really excited to have them on my collection. When I went home for the holidays, I got to have a little bit of a chat with my dad, who taught me more about these books. So it's always nice to find something that connects to my Persian heritage. Next up is a book I received from the Shelf Space Secret Santa from Kai, and this is Uncommon Grounds. This is a book all about the history of coffee and how it transformed our world. I've had this on my wish list forever, and we send a huge list of items for people to choose from within a price bracket, and I'm so glad that Kai picked this one for me. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to read this. Okay, the next 4 books are all from the publishers University of Chicago Press here in the United States, and they work with Rakuten Books based in the UK. So first, a big thank you. This is the 3rd time I've received books from them, so these will not be wrapped. These will stay out and be not part of the official book wrapping TBR project, which if you haven't seen, I highly suggest you watch. I'll link in the cards. So these will be accessible. I want to be able to do the reviews in the first quarter and continue to express my thanks to these publishers for sending these books. So 2 of them that I got are part of the Edible Book series, which you guys know I'm in love with and slowly collecting all the books for, Vanilla and Saffron. Again, if you guys don't know about the Edible Book series, these are little volumes all about the history of a specific item, like saffron or vanilla. They have ones on bread. If you didn't already know, the lemon-themed Read It and Eat box coming out in February is all about the history of lemons. You can pre-order that box, by the way. I'll link it in the description below. So I have received the 2 newest books, Saffron and Vanilla, from Rakuten. Another book I've received from Rakuten is Savoir Faire, The History of Food in France. Also, can we just talk about how beautiful this cover is? It actually comes with one of those fabric, if I can get it to come out, one of those fabric bookmarks as well. It's just a beautiful hardcover book, and it is a comprehensive account of the France This is a comprehensive account of France's rich culinary history, not only full of the tales of haute cuisine, but seasoned with myths and stories from a wide variety of times and places, from snail hunting in Burgundy to female chefs in Lyon, and from cheese appreciation in Rome and Gaul to bread debates in the Middle Ages to the present. It examines the use of less familiar ingredients such as chestnuts, couscous and oysters, French food in literature and film, and the influence of France's overseas territories on the shape of French cuisine today. It also includes historical recipes for readers to try at home. Ooh, that's cool. Would you guys want me to try some of these like historical recipes? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe it'll be a vlog. I'm not that great at vlogs, but maybe it'll be like a reading, cooking experience. Oh, and she is also the author of Sauces, A Global History, which came out in 2014. The last book from the publisher that I so graciously received is A Rainbow Palette, How Chemical Dyes Changed the West's Relationship with Food by Carolyn Cobbold. Another really beautiful cover. I love illustrations. I don't know if it'll show up. They name all of, no, focus on the book. They name all of these different ways you can use jellos and chemical dyes, and I think chemical dyes are largely associated with things like jello molds and etc., but I'm really, really excited to read about this one. So thank you again to University of Chicago Press, and thank you again to Rakuten Books for sending all of these lovely, beautiful hardcover books to me. I'm very excited to read them in the spring. So that list of books is everything I've received as gifts from publishers, etc. I did do a little book shopping for myself. Now, these books will be wrapped as part of my TBR project. I just got them after I filmed that video, so I'm trying to be accountable for myself. This book, Pepper, will not be wrapped. I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I am trying to read Pepper and Salt in the next couple of weeks so I can do a book duo, and this is a special ode to Leslie over at The Nerdy Narrative because I have wanted to read Salt for her, and I think this will be a great comparison of Salt and Pepper. Okay, so now these are the books that are going to get wrapped. This next book is The Best of American Food Writing in 2020. Now, if you are new to nonfiction, if you are new to food writing, I highly recommend these yearly anthologies that are put together. These are the best of American food writing, and they're always edited by a prominent member of the food space. All of the writings from the anthologies come from publications throughout the year, whether that's the New York Times, the Washington Post, and I think the great thing about this is that you can read, these little articles are only 10 to 15 pages, and then you can stop and put the book down and go on to another one. But it is a great way to find a lot of diversified voices. There are people of color, there are female voices, there are LGBTQ voices in this anthology, and they've been doing one every year. I only started collecting these last year. Lord, if I tried to hunt every single copy down, it would take a lot of money. But I highly recommend this as a great intro to food writing if you are curious. Another book that will get wrapped up is An Edible History by Tom Standage, I have read his other book. He is the author of The History of the World in 6 Glasses, and I really enjoyed his writing style. So this is the history of humanity, and it's broken up into different parts of civilization, global food highways. This is going to be another really approachable book in the sense of it's a large overview. It won't go into too much detail, but it will talk about very pivotal moments in the world and how food and our relationship with food changed the way we are today. The next 3 are shockingly fiction. So this next book is The Recipe Club by Andrea Israel and Nancy Garfinkel, a novel about food and friendship. It made me think of my mom. Because it's all about a group of women who come together over recipes. I was feeling homesick, and I got this again at Open Books for $4. Another book is My Year of Meats by Ruth L. Ozeki. This is a Japanese writer, and this is her debut novel. When documentarian Jane Tagagi Little finally lands a job producing My American Wife, a Japanese television show sponsored by an American meat exporting business, she discovers some unsavory truths about love, fertility, and a hormone called DES. I think this is kind of the best of both worlds because it's going to talk about food in a way that I'm passionate about, like meat, what goes on behind the scenes, but it is fiction. And isn't the cover like super cute? It's a cow in chopsticks. So the final book I bought this month is The Chicken Sisters. Has nothing to do with the fact that it's a Reese Club's book, Reese Witherspoon. No dig at her, just not why I was bought it. And this is by KJ Del Antonia. All's Fair in Love, War, and the Kitchen. And this is about two competing chicken businesses. And there's a competition like Food Wars, which reminds me of the Food Network. So I'm actually pretty surprised in myself that most of the books I personally bought this month, well, at least 3 are fiction. And I did receive 2 more fiction books. So that's pretty exciting. I am excited to read and diversify my reading. I keep saying that, I'm sorry, but I know I read a lot of food nonfiction on this channel. So I am excited to mix up my reading and what I review for you guys. Oh, the final book I got, which I've already loaned to my little sister, which I'll put the picture right here, is All American Muslim Girl. This has nothing to do with food, but I am, my dad's Muslim, so by proxy I am Muslim. I'm not religious, so really I'm Persian American. But this book, in terms of own voices, it's the first time I've ever felt so represented in a book. I wish I had had this book when I was in high school. I have a whole review of that book coming, but cannot endorse this book enough. It really is amazing. I brought it home for the holidays and I had to bring it to my sister. Okay, so those are all of the books I've hauled in the month of December. Let me know if you're interested in any of the titles. Should I take a crack at cooking medieval recipes? Let me know. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit subscribe and like and turn on that little bell for notifications on when I post. I tend to have new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And if you want to communicate with me somewhere else, you can find links to my website, the Read It Eat subscription box, and my Instagram below. I hope you are all well. Please keep wearing your masks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.